Hi, I'm Jessica Rich. I'm going to answer the question, why do teachers and other educational stakeholders need data literacy, and how do we increase their data literacy capacity? Well, data literacy is so important in the education system because we need to start making decisions and even deciding policies based on actual data and insights from that data, not on mere conjecture or not for political reasons. An example of how data literacy can be so valuable is it could be used for resource allocation to make sure what resources are needed the most, where they needed the most, and how to get them there in the most efficient and effective way. Or even someone who develops online content for education can use data to determine at which points of their course are learners discontinuing the most. So those are just some examples on how data can be effectively used in an impactful way. One will find that in general in education there is vast amount of data available. The problem is to use it in a useful way. For example, data sets have to be linked. A data set on administrative information can be linked to a data set on exams outcomes to determine what are the factors influencing learners' exam outcomes. How do we increase educators' capabilities in data literacy? Well, the best way in the long term is to include data literacy even in the school curriculum and definitely at university level for education courses. And then for the existing educators, there needs to be ongoing professional development in data literacy, but this professional development needs to really be relatable to the everyday life of the educator or the whatever institution it is, so that they can see the value and potential impact for the professional development and for the use of data literacy. And then very importantly, institutions need to have data experts who can really champion the cause of data literacy and provide ongoing support to teachers for using data literacy. Which of the SDG 4 goals align with my area of interest, and what is the progress made towards this goal according to the data? The target I'll be choosing is the first one, which is that by 2030, all boys and girls would receive free, quality, and equitable primary and secondary education. And the indicator that I'm looking at is the completion rates of primary and secondary education. The data set that I use is UIS because they are the body responsible for monitoring and reporting on SDG 4. What was shocking from the data was that actually in a lot of countries there's so little data available. Either it's missing or completely outdated, and that was true of many sub-Saharan African countries. But with the data that we do have available, we can see that globally completion rates are gradually improving, with primary school rates of completion being gone from 85% to 87% from 2015 to 2021, and then in lower secondary 74 to 77, and in upper secondary 54 to 59. So Sub-Saharan Africa is actually way behind, at least 20% below in all three of those categories. And what's interesting is, although the rate of completion is gradually improving, the population is growing at a faster rate. So even though the rate of children who are out of school is less, the actual amount of children who are out of school is increasing. But South Africa on primary school is doing really well. We're at 98% completion rates. Unfortunately, in the high school, we still have a lot of progress that needs to be made. We're at 63% completion rate in high school. And finally, for the last question, Who would I like to give a shout out to who made all the difference to my success in this module? That person is definitely another student called Lauren. When I had a question about one of the assignments, Lauren kind of picked up through my question that I might be on the wrong track, and she really supported me with voice notes, messages, and followed up that I did indeed understand what we're meant to be doing.